Hey Glam Fam, welcome to today's video. We're testing out the brand new MAC Strobe Skin Tint. I don't know if you guys know, but this just released at Ulta, and I am so excited to show you guys how this wears on my mature skin. We're gonna do an all-day wear test, go through all the details, and have some fun. If you like videos like this, please give it a huge thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and without further ado, let's get glowing.
With the bounce on the dance floor.
Alright Glam Fam, let's get started. I am so excited to test out this new MAC Strobe Skin Tint. This just released on Ulta, but it's also available at Nordstrom and of course MAC Cosmetics and Macy's as well. So I loved this. This was the MAC Strobe cream, and it was kind of like a moisturizer, and I'll show you guys the difference in sizes, and I'll also show you that consistency is different. So this is more of like the original Strobe cream is more of like a moisturizer, and this had a lot of gold illuminating particles. It was really beautiful and I absolutely loved it, but I haven't used this in a really long time, and I was using a lot of other products with caprylic in it, so I'm not sure what was making me break out, but I just haven't touched it since then. So I was really excited to test out this brand new skin tint version of the Strobe family, and this didn't have any caprylic in it. We'll go over all the ingredients in just a second, but this was really beautiful. I did go with the lightest shade just because I wanted that illuminating effect, and the model looked closest, the undertones look closest to me personally, and I am so glad because I love this shade. I can't even really describe the undertones. I guess it'd be more neutral, maybe leaning a little yellow on the light shade, but once you blend it into the skin, it almost gives this opalescent effect. But just so you guys know, it is available in 14 shades on the MAC website, so that's really good. They're stretchable shades that feature more of like a buildable coverage that give you this like lightweight gel balm texture that kind of cocoons to the skin, so you get this very comfortable, soft, all over glow. This does retail for $35 US. You get about 1 ounce and 30 mils. You're looking about $1.17 per mil. That's not bad. That's actually a lot of product right there for what you need. You don't need a whole lot of this product, so it won't take you too long to go through it. And the shelf life is 24 months, and this is actually made in Italy, which I am really impressed by. This is described as an illuminating tinted moisturizer that gives you hydrating, sheer, buildable coverage, and it gives your skin like this hint of sheer luminescent tint with like tinted moisturizer benefits, but it features their pearlescent light bending effects. This formula is infused with good for skin ingredients including hyaluronic acid, shea butter, and squalane. There's also antioxidant rich vitamin E to protect your skin from environmental stressors and blue light pollution. So let's take a look at the full ingredient list, and I have to say I'm very impressed with this ingredient list. So water is the first ingredient, and then you have hydrogenated lidocaine in there, glycerin, and then you can take a look at the rest of the ingredients. I don't want to spend all day on it. You can see the tocopherol, which is vitamin E, you see the shea butter, but I don't see anything in there that's going to negatively impact my skin. I have already tested this out, but for a short amount of time. So today we're going to get that full day wear test in and see how it wears. And I'm trying it with a different foundation. I tried it with my Maybelline skin tint and I really liked it. But today I went in with my Dermatology water cream. As you guys always know, I cannot do any makeup look without my water cream. It's just the best of the best. And again, you can always use my code Kristi20 and get that 20% off. So all the links will be below. And then I went in with the Hydro Grip from MAC Cosmetics because I don't do this enough on camera, and this is really good for anti-humidity makeup. And I get a lot of questions on that, so I wanted to show you guys how I apply that. So I just kind of press that into the skin. I don't like do a lotion motion.
What did you say?
I don't do this because it won't grip. It won't give you that staying power that you want. So you want to make sure to just really press that in. And then I went in with my #1 primer from Dermatology. You guys know that's just my best softening primer. It just really fills in those pores and it has additive benefits. It's just, for me, the best silicone type primer on the market. And then I just take a clean brush and I just took my BK Beauty 109 brush and I just kind of pressed it in even more. And then I went in with a little bit more of the Milk Hydro Grip just on top of that, just to really make sure that that foundation or anything I use, the tinted moisturizer, is really gonna adhere. And that's how I double up. That's just for me to really give that anti-humidity proof makeup. That's my method. So I know it's a lot of steps, but for me, it really works, especially when I go to Florida and it's really hot and that humidity is atrocious. During the summertime, this is my method. It works wonders, I'm telling you guys. And then I went in with the tinted moisturizer. This consistency is really smooth. It has kind of a weird smell to it. It's not a fragrance or anything like that. It's just like a kind of a weird smell, but it goes away. And just, I'd rather have that than some crazy perfume type thing that will affect my skin. And I haven't had any reactions to this. Again, I need to keep playing with it to know if it's gonna break me out, but I don't think so. There's no pore clogging ingredients that typically clog my pores, let's just put it that way. And I really loved the consistency of that. Oh my gosh, do you guys see how beautiful? You can see that pearlescent effect on my skin. Oh my gosh, you guys don't even know. It is so beautiful. I've already had it on for about an hour and I don't know, hour and a half now, and look at it, it's in studio. I haven't done the rest of my makeup because I'm gonna go film another video, but this is unbelievably gorgeous, even on its own. Let's take a look at it in outside of my studio light so you guys can kind of get that natural daylight perspective of what it would look like on its own, okay? Just remember that. This is not a foundation, this is just a skin tint, and it's something that's gonna look really beautiful under your makeup, or you can even put it over your makeup, and I'll show you guys that in just a second, but it is really beautiful. And then I went in with my NARS Sheer Glow foundation. I forgot how much I love this foundation, you guys. This is such a beautiful foundation. This is probably one of my top it's not a full coverage foundation, it's more of a medium coverage. I didn't like it back in the days because I wanted full matte coverage. I wanted it all. I wanted a full beat face, and this didn't give me that. But because I only like really wearing this Maybelline skin tint on an everyday basis, this gives a little bit more coverage, and I like mixing these two together too. But today I just used the NARS Sheer Glow because I wanted to see how this played with just that on its own. And this is such a beautiful foundation. This is not gonna cover up any discolorization you have on your face or acne scars or anything like that. It's just going to give you a nice, your skin but better feel. It is just a beautiful formulation. I know people like the light reflecting one from NARS. I know that was a huge hit with a lot of influencers, but the light reflecting foundation has a ton of pore clogging ingredients. So if you have enlarged pores or acne, stay away from that foundation. I don't care how beautiful it is. There's other ones on the market that are just as beautiful, if not even prettier, and they don't have pore clogging ingredients in it. And this is one of them. This is so beautiful from NARS. I mean, just really gorgeous. And you can get kind of like that radiant effect from it without it looking greasy on its own. And I'll show you guys what that looks like in natural daylight with both of those products on. Then I went in with my Hourglass concealer because you guys know I just love my Hourglass concealer. I don't feel like I have to use too much of this product. That might be a lot to some people, but that's a lot less than I used to use, let's put it that way. And it's just such a beautiful, beautiful concealer. I just love the way it applies. I always go in with my sponge just because it's gonna give the most airbrush effect, in my opinion, with that type of concealer. It's a very thick concealer. Not thick, but it's just, it has more weight to it. So blending it out with that sponge, and Dose of Color sponge is the only sponge I use, you guys. It's just the best sponge in my opinion. And I've tried them all. And I love the way that just blends out that concealer. And it really was able to take the rest of it and put it in those areas where I had just a little bit of discolorization. And it just truly is such a flawless concealer. I absolutely love that. And I love that it kind of covers up those acne scars if I need to. But I do go in with my Surratt Perfectionist palette in shade 2. I take both of those shades onto my BK Beauty A506 and I just start pressing that in some of the areas where I feel like I have sunspots, sun damage, or old acne scars, and I just want to cover that up a little bit more, and that is bulletproof. That stuff will not move once you place it in there. Just areas where I wanted a little bit more coverage. And on the frown lines, you guys, oh my gosh, this is my secret weapon to those frown lines. When I really pay attention, oh my gosh, that is just the most incredible way to really disguise those frown lines, and use the lightest shade. Remember, anything light is gonna make things pop out. So our frown lines go in. So we don't wanna put anything dark there, because then it's gonna make them stand out even more, right? Contouring is structuring out. We wanna make sure to pop those out. So the lightest you can go right there is the best option. And then once you set it down, you're pretty good. I mean, it's gonna crease a little just because we're aging skin, right? Even in your 30s, you're aging. So I actually think the next time, I mean, if I was doing like a really natural look, I would just do this underneath some skin tint and leave it very natural looking. But because I wanted to build this up to a little bit more coverage, I think if I'm doing it that way, I'm gonna probably do it over it. I don't know. I mean, both works out. It's just not cakey or anything, so that's nice. It just depends on how much product you want to waste, but I like it over it because it kind of still gives that glow still. Once I put my foundation on, even though NARS Sheer Glow is pretty sheer, it's just like a very natural finish. Oh, I forgot how much I love this foundation. This is one of the top foundations. I keep forgetting about it, so I haven't had it in my list, but that's amazing. Wow. Okay, let's set this down because I can't walk out of the house without setting it down. We are gonna go back to my Makeup Forever. I just like my Makeup Forever one for underneath the eye, and I like this new Sephora Puff one for all over the face. So I am going to take my little Makeup Forever majiggy. I'm just gonna start pressing that in. Set down those under eyes without trying to cover up that MAC too much. I'm gonna try to keep the pigment up here and not do too much. Just kind of go my little T-zone area, just like that. And so this is still tacky a little bit. So what I'm gonna do is I really want it to be lightweight so you still see that glow. So I think what I'm gonna do is just take the Sicily powder, because I don't use this enough on camera, and I bragged about this during the Hourglass. If you haven't checked out my full review on the brand new Hourglass Vanish Pressed powders, you might want to check that out before you decide purchasing it. But this is my #1 loose powder, and I haven't done that on camera. And I was like, I haven't, but obviously I use it. I just don't do it on camera as much. Loose powders get all over the place, so unless I just really want a good makeup day off camera, I use this a lot. And I'm just like, I really want it to look nice and smooth. So I'm just gonna take that on the back of my hand and start pressing that so that it's not so heavy that's the best way for me to apply loose powders without getting those dots and stuff like that. You prevent all of that, because sometimes that can happen. It can like grab a hold of, if it's all loose like that, and especially this is such a finely milled powder that you don't have those issues. But some of the other ones, like if you did it right from here to there, you run the risk of it kind of clinging to areas where it's still wet, because remember that foundation is still a little wet. So, and this is just such a beautiful powder to get that airbrush finish, but not a lot of powder. And you can do it with a brush, but I do highly recommend. And what I like to do is just kind of shake that up. This is a pricey Osu, but then that's too much. That's what happens, and that's why I don't care for loose powders as much, but that's where we are. This one has like a slight peachy undertone, which I really, really like. But do you see how it still kept that glow of the MAC Strobe skin tint? But yet, this is why don't ever do what I just did. That was really bad. Don't do it that hard. It just a very light amount. This is so expensive that you do not want to waste this powder. And I'm just gonna, again, press that in, and we're gonna start going in through here, because that is obviously where we tend to crease, right? We have fine lines right here. I don't have filler and all that. So I'm going to crease. I don't have anything up here either. So I have to make sure that I'm going over it. And that is going to guarantee that that is not gonna go anywhere. This powder is incredible, incredible. And just making sure everything is not too sticky, because I'm trying out this Armani bronzer in a different video, and I just want to make sure everything is nice and smooth. And then I'm gonna just take my brush and just kind of take the remainder of the powder that got all over there so I don't waste it, because again, it's expensive stuff. And I'm just gonna go like with my brush. There's really nothing on here. This is my Surat Artistic brush. I don't recommend doing this with a synthetic brush. I don't. When you want your makeup to stay the way it is and not disturb anything, you need a natural hair brush. I'm gonna take this Chikuhodo powder, and I just need a little bit of coverage here. This is Petal, and watch this super blur those pores. Watch this. Can we talk about that? Can we talk about the magic of this powder? So good. All right, you guys, so we're gonna wrap things up here. Don't go anywhere. I will see you at my midday check-in, and then I will come back at the end of the day and give you my final thoughts and where I would utilize this product and what I think of it after I've worn it for a while. So I know I like it because I've tried it another day, but I didn't wear it for a long period of time. So today we're really gonna get that test in. All right, you guys, I will see you in a little bit. All right, you guys, so we're at the midday check-in, and it's about 4 hours that I've had this MAC strobe light on, and oh my gosh, you guys, this is a beautiful formula. It looks so gorgeous in the natural daylight. You can really see that opalescence coming through the makeup. It really does peek through in such a beautiful way, even with my powders set down. If you like that radiant like glow especially for the summer months, but you have oily skin, you're going to love this product. It is incredible. So I will see you guys at the end of the night in my final ratings, but I want you guys to be able to get an outdoor perspective of what this looks like. All right, you guys, see you in a little bit. All right, Glam Fam, we are ending this video in a different way. I actually am on day 5 of wearing this new MAC Strobe Light Skin Tint, and I have to tell you guys, it is amazing. It really is. I'll show you some up close shots of what it looked like, and then I'll switch over into the end of the day when I'm filming this right now. And unfortunately, my eye makeup is all gone because I had severely bad allergies today. So that's why I have my sunglasses on. But I want to give you guys my final ratings for this product. The application of this product was so incredible. I am telling you guys, it applied beautifully, whether you want to do it with your hands or you want to blot it in with a beauty blender or some sort of sponge or even a brush. No matter what applicator you use, you're going to love this product. It applied effortlessly. So this is a definite 5 out of 5. I was so impressed with this product. I've been using it nonstop for the last 5 days, and I just love it. Today I actually went in with my Maybelline Skin Tint first, and then I went over it with the MAC Strobe Cream after I did my concealer, just to make it kind of stand out more and see how I liked it not using underneath my foundation. I just wanted to try something different, so I'm showing you the B-roll of that because I was actually shooting that for a short, and I really like that type of application, especially if I'm doing more of a full coverage look like today. But if I'm doing more of a light foundation, like I've used this with just my Dermatology sunscreen, it's beautiful that way as well. Just keep in mind, this is not a foundation. This is not even like Maybelline Skin Tint. This is just more of a way to make your skin look radiant underneath. I really think even my oily skin girlies are going to love this product. As far as the finish and wear goes, you guys, the finish is so beautiful. It really is such a beautiful it kind of blurs your skin a little bit, so it kind of hides imperfections, but you do want to be careful. I don't think it accentuated my pores, but you do want to be careful with anything that is more like a highlighter type of product. This has those opalescent, pearlescent reflex in it, so you just want to be careful if you have a lot of texture or acne scars or any kind of current acne. I wouldn't put this product over it. So that is something you do want to be mindful of when it comes to the finish and wear of this product. But everything I look for when I'm looking for the wear time, it wears beautifully. I don't have oily skin, so I'm not sure how it's going to wear on oily skin, but I don't feel like this type of product or consistency felt like it would make somebody with oily skin look more oily or, you know, too dewy. Sometimes that happens as well, but I really loved the way this applied and the way it wore throughout the rest of the day. I think the wear time is
beautiful. Again, this is, I feel like it gives some type of blurring, but just something you have to keep in mind that this is more of a radiant highlighter skin tint type of product. So you have to look at Finish and Wear that way. So I just want you guys to keep that into perspective. But as far as everything I look for, and I gave you guys the percentages, I think I'm going to give Finish and Wear a solid 5 out of 5. Now, I definitely am giving that a 5 out of 5. As far as the shade range goes, remember, this is not a foundation. So even though 14 shades doesn't feel like a lot, it is a very flexible type of product where even if you are, like, I got the lightest shade and it works beautifully on my skin tone, and I think it just had that perfect undertone for what I like. I like more, a little bit more on the yellow neutral side, and that delivered that. So I really loved the shade and the shade I got. So I definitely am going to give shade range a solid 5 out of 5. As far as the packaging goes, I really am impressed with this packaging. I like the slimness of it. I like that it's easy to travel with, and I like that the component didn't get stuck, like nothing got stuck. And when I'm looking at these product ratings, I'm making sure, even though it's beautiful packaging, I want it to be convenient, right? I want to make sure that I'm getting everything out of what I'm paying for. So if I can't get a product out, it doesn't make sense to me, the packaging. So I give this a solid 5 out of 5. I really love the way they developed that packaging, and I like the pearlescent kind of white that they did with it. It just make it look really classy. And I also like that this product's made in Italy. I think that's amazing, especially for a MAC product. Usually they're made in Canada. So I really love the fact that they made it in Italy. So you can tell by the quality as well. As far as repurchasing, I would definitely repurchase this product. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm obsessed. I'm going to use it all through summer. You can even use this during the winter time. I mean, it really is all around an amazing product. So I'm going to give repurchasing a solid 5 out of 5 because I would definitely repurchase this. Without a doubt, I would repurchase it. And then as far as my final glam score, we're looking at 25 out of 25. That's what we want, you guys. And that is what MAC delivered. This product is incredible. I can't wait for you guys to try it out. Now, $35, $38 if you buy it at Ulta seems a little bit, you know, much, but just remember, MAC runs really great sales, Nordstrom, Macy's, so do keep that in mind. Wait for a sale deal. Hey, we're all trying to pay our bills right now and put groceries on the table, so I definitely understand this is not something you have to run out and buy, and it's for a specific person. So if you like products like this that really deliver that radiant skin, you're going to love this product. I guarantee you guys will love it. All right, you guys, I'm going to try to keep this nice and short. If you are new here, before you go, please remember to hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, join our beautiful glam fam. We're here every Sunday, and we just love for you to become part of our family. And if you liked this video, please give it a huge thumbs up, you guys. It really does help my videos out. And when you comment below and leave a message and tell me what you guys think of this product, if you've heard of it and if you've picked it up yourself. So I'd love to know. Thank you so much for watching, and make sure to follow me on all of my socials at KristiAllure on TikTok and Instagram, and be sure to check out that video next, and I will see you guys on the next one. Love you guys. Bye.
I'm holding on, if almost gone. Someday I know I'll finally make it. I know that we can go higher if we keep our faith, if we keep